bowling. Good delivery again from Kapil.
He's bowled him! Kapil is bowled and Imran has won the first round.
Imran Khan takes his 300th test wicket.
Down the line and 400 wickets for Kapil.
That product is 100. His 8th century in test cricket.
Drive, that's down the ground, that's knocked away by Kapil. They're going through to the single, that's 100 for Imran. Well played.
Only Kapil Dev could have done that. Only Kapil Dev.
Imran Khan, one of the greatest all-rounders in the world, showing his class here in the final moment.
The year is 1978. Argentina have just won the FIFA World Cup, Hotel California is topping the charts, and John Travolta's Grease is playing in cinemas. Over in Pakistan, a new era has begun, one that has become a familiar sight by now, martial law, this time under General Zia-ul Haq. India too have seen the fall of Indira Gandhi and the Congress Party's rule, and with it, the end of emergency. With new governments in place in both countries, the opportunity emerges for a fresh start, marked by the resumption of Indo-Pak cricket ties. What will follow over the next decade will be 7 series that will see the fortunes of both sides and their players rise and fall. And though there will be several legends to emerge from these series, there are 2 men whose individual battles will light up these contests more than any other. Their names are Imran Khan and Kapil Dev. Both of them will one day lead their countries to World Cup glory and go down in history as 2 of the greatest all-rounders ever. But in 1978, a 26-year-old Imran has only played 15 tests and is just finding his feet as a genuine fast bowler. Kapil, on the other hand, is an uncapped 19-year-old who has come into the Indian team on the back of strong domestic performances. His international debut, though, is the very match that kids on both sides of the border dream of playing in. As India travelled to Pakistan for the first time in 23 years, a young Kapil is chosen to supplement India's weak pace bowling ranks. At this point, India's team, led by Bishan Singh Bedi, is a spin bowling powerhouse, with 700 wickets shared by their 4 spinners, including Bedi, P.S. Chandrasekhar, E.S. Prasanna, and Venkataraghavan. Meanwhile, their batting is led by Sunil Gavaskar, who is already regarded as one of the best batsmen in the world at this point, with over 13 centuries to his name, including 3 in a row in Australia on their last tour. Pakistan's team, on the other hand, are facing a Kerry Packer-sized hole in their squad. Following the ICC's decision to not recognize World Series cricket, cricket boards have banned players affiliated with the league. This includes 5 of Pakistan's top stars, including captain Mushtaq Mohammad, Imran Khan, Zahir Abbas, Majid Khan, and Asif Iqbal. Mushtaq's replacement as captain is wicketkeeper Wasim Bari, who, with the weakened squad, can only draw a home series against England in 1977 before getting thrashed away. Now, of course, the prospect of getting thrashed at home by India is something the Pakistani government can ill afford at the time, and so the top stars are welcomed back into the team. After winning an ODI each, the 2 teams meet in Faisalabad on October 16, 1978 for the highly anticipated start of the Test series. Perhaps to counter India's spinners, Pakistan prepare a flat track, which they proceed to score 503 on, featuring big centuries from Zahir Abbas and Javed Miandad. In response, India scored 462, featuring 89 from Sunil Gavaskar and 145 from his brother-in-law, Gundappa Viswanath. Kapil Dev's first innings in international cricket only sees 8 runs against his name before he is dismissed by Mushtaq Mohammad, who ends up with 4 wickets on a pitch that offers no assistance to the Pacers, much to the frustration of Imran Khan, who ends up bowling over 40 thankless overs during the match. Pakistan's second innings sees Asif Iqbal striking a century and Zahir Abbas narrowly missing out on his second of the match with 96. The match ends in a dull draw, but not before Kapil gets the first of his record 434 wickets. After the match, Imran strongly criticizes the pitch in a post-match interview, and his protestations bear fruit when he walks out to bowl on a green Lahore pitch after Mushtaq Mohammad once again wins the toss. And the Pacers proceed to have a field day, wrapping India up for 199 with Imran and Sarfaraz Nawaz picking up 4 wickets each. In fact, so carried away do they get bowling bouncers that this series will eventually prove a catalyst for rule changes as well as usher in the era of protective headgear. The grass on the pitch, though, turns out to be an illusion and soon eases up to present favourable batting conditions, on which the Pakistani batsmen pile up 539 runs, almost half of which are scored by Zahir Abbas, who ends on an unbeaten 235. Facing a deficit of 340, India come out swinging, with openers Sunil Gavaskar and Chetan Chauhan putting on a 192-run opening stand before they are both dismissed in the 90s at the hands of dubious umpiring. Their performances, though, ensure India end day 4 in a strong position at 307 for 3. On the final day, Kapil Dev shows the world the first glimpses of what he can do with the bat, scoring 43 before he is dismissed by Imran Khan, sparking a mini collapse before lunch that leaves Pakistan with 126 to get in the final session. They successfully chases down in 20 overs with Nazar Mohammad and Fazil Mahmood, the heroes of Pakistan's only previous win over India, watching on from the stands. The win comes after a run of 13 successive draws between the two sides, and the magnitude of it is big enough for General Zia to declare a national holiday at the time. And so, the stage is set for the final test match of the series at the National Stadium, Karachi. On an unusually grassy pitch, India win the toss for the first time in the series and choose to bat. However, despite Sunil Gavaskar's century, India are unable to capitalise, as Pakistan's pacers keep taking regular wickets. When Imran Khan dismisses Gavaskar for a well-made 111, India are 219 for 6. But, having shown glimpses of his skill with the bat in the last match, it was now time for Kapil Dev, the batsman, to show off his full array of strokes. He blasts 59 runs of just 48 balls, featuring 8 fours and 2 sixes to power India to 344. In reply, Pakistan pile up 481 runs, led by a century from Javed Mirdad, and while Kapil matches Imran's 3 wickets, Imran takes round 1 of the 6-setting competition with 3 of his own. Sunil Gavaskar then goes on to single-handedly erase the 137-run deficit, striking 20 boundaries for his second century of the match. However, he receives little support as Sarfaraz Nawaz completes his 9-wicket haul for the match. Kapil's 32-run cameo, featuring another couple of sixes, takes India to 300, leaving Pakistan to get 164 with just 100 minutes and 25 overs of play left on the final day. And then begins the great scramble at Karachi. Pakistan show intent by promoting Asif Iqbal as opener to join Majid Khan. But it's really when Javed Mirdad, promoted to number 3, joins Asif that they really begin to take the game away. With the field spread to contain boundaries, the pair run aggressively to put on 97 runs in just 9 overs.
And they go through for 1. Bedi trying to field off his own bowling, which is always a very difficult task.
After Asif is dismissed, in walks Imran Khan.
It's still achievable, but still very difficult. And it'll take a couple of sixes really to restore back the...
Bedi, instead of buying time, makes a critical error of trying to buy Imran's wicket.
That one's up in the air and it's going to be a 6. Yes, it's over the boundary line. 6 runs by Imran Khan.
And pays the price when he's taken down for 2 sixes and a boundary as Pakistan eventually make it home in the last over of the day. The great Khan thus emerges victorious against the young couple in their first battle. But the 19-year-old has shown great promise, scoring crucial runs, carrying his team's pace bowling, and even tying Imran for most sixes in the series. But like any legendary rivalry, there is a comeback in store. Over the rest of 1979, Kapil Dev announces himself to the world, scoring his first century against the West Indies at home, picking up 16 wickets in England as India's best bowler before a stunning home series against Australia where he tops the bowling charts with 28 wickets. Pakistan, on the other hand, are coming off a hard-fought draw in Australia, and excitement is in the air for the first tour of India in almost 20 years. Both sides have new captains, with Sunil Gavaskar captaining India and Asif Iqbal, born in India, now captain of Pakistan, an honour that he describes as a dream come true. Despite India's impressive home wins against West Indies and Australia, Pakistan are considered favourites, and Gavaskar goes as far as issuing a statement to this effect. India's great trio of spinners have retired, and Kapil is set to lead the line of what Pakistan consider to be medium pacers. Pakistan, meanwhile, have made their own selection changes. Before the series, Asif takes a big call to drop the maverick pacer Sarfaraz Nawaz and former captain Mushtaq Mohammad, the only survivor from the last tour of India. And soon, it becomes apparent to the overconfident Pakistan players that playing India in front of their public and their press is another beast altogether. The tour kicks off on 21st November 1979, with the first match at Bangalore ending in a drab draw, with both sides scoring 400 after Pakistan win the toss on a turning pitch, with Mudassir Nazar scoring a century. More of the same is expected from the second encounter at Delhi, a venue notorious for producing dull matches. Instead, it turns out to be a thriller. Pakistan bat first on a pitch with moisture, and Kapil Dev proceeds to run through the top order, leaving the visitors at 36 for 3. A spirited fight back by Wasim Raja and captain Asif Iqbal takes Pakistan to 273, including a battling 30 by Imran batting with the tail. Kapil ends with 5 wickets for the innings, but Pakistan fight back in the second innings despite Imran Khan breaking down early with a rib muscle injury. In his absence, Sikandar Bakht rises to the occasion, bowling unchanged through the innings and taking 8 wickets in addition to effecting a run out, as India are bowled out for just 126 with almost 3 whole days remaining. By the time Pakistan's second innings is ended abruptly on the 4th day, where they lose 6 wickets for just 45 runs, their lead is already 390. India now have 550 minutes to chase the total down against a Pakistani bowling attack without their spearhead. Sikandar though takes 2 more wickets, including the danger man Gavaskar, to complete his 10-wicket haul, as India end the day on 117 for 2. With the match there for the taking on the final day, India get close, requiring 114 of the last 20 overs with 6 wickets in hand, but ultimately settle for a draw, much to the annoyance of the public, with Dilip Vansarkar remaining not out on 146. The third test at the Wankhede is the first to see India batting first, and Pakistan soon have them on the ropes at 129 for 5, before Kapil Dev bats to the tail for a swashbuckling 69 that takes the total to 334.
कपिल देव ने सर्वाधिक 69 रन बनाए.
It proves to be the only total to cross 200 in all 4 innings, as India wrap up a comfortable win despite Iqbal Qasim's 10-wicket haul. Despite being 1-0 down, Pakistan have no choice but to rest an injured Imran Khan for the next match at Kanpur. And it's a shame, for the fast bowlers make hay on a grassy pitch, with Kapil Dev picking up 6 wickets before a storm washes out the match. After Kanpur, the Pakistanis are requested to leave India for 10 days during election season, during which period they arrange to visit Bangladesh. Crucially, Asif Iqbal, the captain, chooses not to leave with his demoralised side with the series on the line and instead stays behind to visit family in India. And things don't get easier for the Pakistanis when they are forced to flee the stadium after riots erupt in Bangladesh. On the return to India at Chennai, Kapil continues his fine form by picking up 4 more wickets as a mentally weary Pakistan are bundled out for 272 on a good batting track. In response, India's captain Sunil Gavaskar plays the longest innings ever by an Indian at the time, staying at the crease for 593 minutes for his 166. Kapil Dev provides lower order fireworks in an aggressive 84, batting with the tail to take India to an imposing 430. Finally, after an injury-hit tour, the great Khan makes his presence felt, picking up 5 wickets, including those of Gavaskar and Kapil. But it isn't enough to save the match.
Oh, he's bowled it! What a wicket to get! That's the one that they all want.
Kapil goes on to decisively win the battle of the all-rounders, picking up 7 for 56 in Pakistan's second innings, including for the first time the wicket of Imran Khan, as India seal the series with a 2-0 win. The final test at Eden Gardens sees a wounded Pakistan playing for pride. It is also infamous for an incident at the coin toss, where Gundappa Viswanath is standing in for Sunil Gavaskar. As the story goes, Viswanath tosses the coin, Asif calls it, and the coin falls to the ground. But before Viswanath can see the coin, Asif picks it up against the norms of the game and congratulates his opponent on winning the toss. Despite the controversy, the match itself proves to be one of the best in the series. Fully fit Imran now comes to the party, picking up 9 wickets in the match to seize the advantage. But despite having India at 92 for 6 in the second innings with a win in sight, Pakistan are eventually repulsed by an Indian rearguard, led by Kapil, that manages to survive for almost 6 hours to hand Pakistan a chase of 265 in 280 minutes. Following a collapse, it is left to Imran and wicketkeeper Wasim Bari, who makes an undefeated 0 of 43 balls to save the match for Pakistan. And with that ends round 2 of Kapil vs Khan, with an emphatic victory for Kapil Dev, whose 32 wickets in the series are the most ever by an Indian, or crucially, by a Pakistani. He also chips in with the bat with 258 crucial runs, including 250s. Imran's 19 wickets during an injury-hit tour, while impressive, are not enough to save him from the wrath of the media back home, that accuses him of injuring himself while womanizing with Bollywood actresses. Other stars like Zahir Abbas and Majid Khan also find themselves facing an angry public after averaging barely 20 in the series, with the only Pakistani century in the tour coming in the first match.
9 wickets in hand.
And for Asif Iqbal, a series defeat to India as captain spells the end of his 16-year career. For Imran though, the disgrace and dishonour of this tour lights a fire within him that will alter the history books forever, as well as almost end his career. The disastrous tour for India brings with it sweeping changes, including a failed Javed Mirdad captaincy that eventually results in a player revolt. In fact, the situation becomes untenable during the Sri Lanka tour of Pakistan beginning in March 1982. Javed, who had been junior to at least 6 other candidates when appointed as captain, blames senior players for the poor tour of Australia, ending in a confrontation where the senior players, including Zahir Abbas and Imran Khan, refused to play under Javed against Sri Lanka. After a close call in the second test, where dubious umpiring is required to save a second-string Pakistan from an embarrassing defeat, Javed agrees to resign from the captaincy. With Javed and Zahir both unwilling to play under each other, a 29-year-old Imran Khan is chosen as a compromise candidate, a decision that will change the trajectory of Pakistani cricket and the Pakistani nation forever. He inherits a dressing room in disharmony and faces up to a media sharpening their knives, especially because as he is seen as a Lahori usurping a captain from Karachi. But Imran knows only one currency in sport, and that's performance. By the time of his appointment, he is earning recognition as one of the leading all-rounders of his time, with 158 wickets at an average of 26.6, while his average of 27 with the bat shows a lower-order batsman with unfulfilled promise, with a century and 350s across 64 innings to his name. As captain though, he is determined to lift his game and lead by example. And for his first assignment, he is up against England, where a battle with Ian Botham awaits. Botham is fresh off a victory over India and Kapil Dev, a series where he tops the batting charts. One of Imran's first acts as captain is to drop his cousin and childhood hero, the underperforming Majid Khan, from the side. He also fights for the selection of a young leg spinner by the name of Abdul Qadir. For Pakistan, the series eventually ends in a hard-fought 2-1 series loss, but their win at Lord's gives them their second win in England 28 years after the famous Oval triumph of 1954. Imran emerges with his reputation enhanced, defeating Botham comprehensively in both departments as the man of the series with 21 wickets and, crucially, an average of 53 with the bat with 250s. The success in batting comes after a rash shot in his first innings as captain, which makes Imran realize that he cannot admonish his team if he himself does not play with more responsibility. Before India's visit, Imran Khan's young team warm up by dispatching the Aussies 3-0 at home, the first ever whitewash in Pakistan's history, with leg spinner Abdul Qadir wreaking havoc. They also find young stars in Mohsin Khan, who tops the batting charts, and for the India series, Pakistan's squad includes more fresh faces, such as Salim Malik, unencumbered by the scars of the India tour. Blended in with youth is experience, the 34-year-old Sarfaraz Nawaz also raring to go at the Indians, having been left out of the squad 3 years ago. India, however, at this time are regarded as one of the best batting sides in the world, led by Sunil Gavaskar and supported by Vengsarkar, Viswanath and of course Kapil Dev. The series starts off with a rain-hit draw on a flat track at Lahore, where Zahir Abbas becomes the first Asian batsman to score a century of first-class centuries, followed by Gavaskar becoming the 5th man and first from the subcontinent to cross 7,000 test runs. The second match at Karachi, though, adds another chapter to Imran's legend, in more ways than one. He contributes 3 wickets in the first innings as India collapsed to 169, with only Kapil Dev's quick-fire 73 or 53 balls offering any resistance. However, on the second day of the test is when Imran feels it for the first time. A sharp pain in its left shin, a pain that will change the course of Pakistan's cricket over the next 2 years. But he shrugs it off. The wounds from 1979 still sting deeper. Centuries follow from Zahir Abbas and Mudassir Nazar, as despite Kapil's 5 wickets, including Khan's, Pakistan pile up 452 runs. Now, bowling into the Karachi breeze, pain is replaced by euphoria, as Imran bowls his legendary second innings spell, taking 5 for 7 in just 25 balls, including clean bowling India's best batters Gavaskar, Viswanath and Kapil Dev with searing Yorkers. He eventually ends the innings with 8 for 60 and 11 in the match, as India are crushed by an innings and 86 runs, their heaviest defeat against Pakistan.
There's an appeal for LBW and he's out. Yes.
And for Imran, the records continue to tumble at the third test at Faisalabad, generally regarded as a fast bowler's graveyard, where he matches Ian Botham's feat of 10 wickets and a century in a match. His hard-hitting 117 comes of just 121 balls and features no less than 9 boundaries and 5 sixes, including 21 in 1 over of Kapil Dev, whose 7 wickets come at the price of over 200 runs in an innings where a record 4 Pakistani batsmen score centuries. All the humiliation and frustration of the last tour of India melts away as Imran revels in the glory of victory. He has pushed himself and his team to new heights, but it has come at a cost. Little do Imran or his doctors know that the pain he is going through is caused by a stress fracture. But with the series win in sight, he gears up for the 4th test at Hyderabad. And on a flat track, the Pakistanis continue to pile misery on the Indians with a world record 451-run stand between Mudassir Nazar and Javed Mirdad. Indeed, it isn't without controversy, as Imran declares with Mirdad on 280 not out, and Sir Garfield Sober's world record in sight. Praise and injections, Imran then numbs the pain enough to grab 8 more wickets, including a spell of 5 for 3 that he considers his fastest ever, as Pakistan seal an innings win and with that a 3-0 series victory.
And very good run out there by Imran.
And despite the pain and having won the series, Imran elects to play the final 2 matches, sending down 66 overs and picking up 7 wickets, despite visibly limping in his run-up at times. He finishes the series with a subcontinent record 40 wickets at 13.95 to go with an impressive average of 61 with the bat. Completing a comprehensive all-round victory over Kapil Dev, who toils hard for his 24 wickets. In fact, the true measure of this performance can be gauged by the fact that it still ranks in the top 7 for most wickets taken in a series, and 4th in the modern era. And this too on the same pitches where Mudassir Nazar's 761 runs remain a record for Pakistan to this day. Such is Imran's dominance that the entire Pakistani team only picks up 41 wickets combined, led by Sarfaraz Nawaz's 19. But it has come at a heavy price. After the series, X-rays reveal a huge crack in Imran's shin bone, and the prognosis is bleak. Such is the team's reliance on him though, that the thought of him not playing the 1983 World Cup is unthinkable. And so, despite the pain, Imran jeopardizes his career and resolves to play the World Cup as a pure batsman. He shows his greatness by scoring his first and only ODI century, rising to the occasion as always with an unbeaten century against Sri Lanka, after Pakistan find themselves at 43 for 5. Kapil Dev though, now captain of India, is not about to be outdone. Walking in with India at 17 for 5 against Zimbabwe, he proceeds to play one of the all-time great ODI innings, smashing a then world record 175 of 138 balls with 16 boundaries and 6 sixes. He also regularly contributes with 12 wickets throughout the tournament, including 3 in the semi-final against England. Despite a weak bowling attack, Pakistan just about scraped through to the semi-finals, with Imran finishing at the top of the team's batting averages, including 100 and 250s. But his bowling is sorely missed, and Pakistan batting first can only make 184 in the semi-final, which Viv Richards and the West Indies chased down easily with a loss of just 2 wickets. And for Imran, that misery is compounded by the press when India, in the final, defend 183, 1 run less than Pakistan, against the mighty West Indies, as Kapil Dev cements his legend by leading his team to World Cup glory. And while Kapil basks in the adulation of the nation, fresh X-rays suggest that his great rival Imran Khan's career is over. And so, just a few months after his greatest performance ever, at the peak of his powers, a year where he averaged 50 with the bat and 13 with the ball, the proud Khan now faces a tame end. But the corner tiger will not go down without a fight. His roar will once again be heard around the world. And the comeback will be legendary.